Yo, what's going on? Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. So, what did I just watch? Man, that was a god awful fight. Excuse me. I'm just reacting live to this just ass fight. I mean, Jesus Christ, Tyson Fury. What a horrible performance. I mean, from start to finish. I mean, in the opening couple of rounds, we had Tyson, well, really Makhmudov, who came out very aggressively. He was throwing a lot of big looping shots. Most of them were telegraphed. You know, he's a Neanderthal. You know, he's not intelligent. There's no sophistication or any sort of setup to his shots. You know, he's just coming, he's throwing big looping shots. Very predictable, very slow, very telegraphed. He's not a high IQ fighter. And we knew that coming in. But the fact that Tyson looked so perturbed and unnerved by the shots to me, just suggests that there's a level of vulnerability there. I think we've seen it for a while, and I think that it's going to carry over into future fights, which I'll touch on in a second. But getting back to the main event, I thought that Makhmudov, as I said, came out very aggressively, overly aggressively, blew his load pretty much. And the rest of the fight was a stinker. Tyson Fury seemed to be spooked and almost intimidated to a sense by Makhmudov's presence, his physical strength, and his punching power, and decided to just play kind of a pity-patty, touch, and just point fight his way to a victory. I think he was really worried about having another Ngannou situation. And so he just decided not to engage. There was a lot of clinching. There are a couple of YouTubers that I follow, and I kind of watch their live streams. And I made a comment that Tyson Fury was looking like Vladimir Klitschko. There was a lot of clinching. To be fair, Makhmudov was initiating some of the clinching, but Tyson Fury was clinching an awful lot for a guy who won the fight. You know, this is one of those fights where you just kind of pick your poison in terms of a winner. It wasn't a great fight. It was a horrible fight. I was deeply disappointed. You know, to steal a phrase from my British subscribers, the fight was damp squib. I thought it was going to be more entertaining. I thought Tyson Fury was going to come to, really make a statement, show that he's back, show that he's got it. But like I said in my prediction video, you can only go to the well so many times. And Tyson Fury has been cheating the game. Again, go watch my prediction video. This is exactly what I said. He's been cheating the game. You know, you can't keep having these long layoffs, saying, oh, I'm retired, I don't want to box anymore. You're getting drunk, you're going to bars, you're face planting on the pavement, on the sidewalk. You're getting, overweight. You're gaining a lot of fat, not eating healthy, not training, and not only retaining your skills, you're not improving upon your skills. You look at someone like Alexander Usyk, he's always in the lab. Terrence Crawford, always in the lab. And I mean, it carries over into every sport. When you look at LeBron, Ronaldo, Luka Doncic, Jokic, any sport really. I only really follow basketball and boxing, and mainly boxing. So I can't speak on other sports. But you see it all the time. There are just guys, they just stay in the lab all the time. Tyson Fury does not do that. Tyson Fury is someone who epitomizes the cliche hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So if I'm honest, Tyson Fury is more talented naturally, in my opinion, than Anthony Joshua. He's a more talented boxer. There's, in my opinion, that's very clear. But he's lazy. He takes too much time off. He doesn't give the sport his all. He cheats the game, which is what I keep saying. Anthony Joshua, who in my opinion is less naturally gifted, has a lower aptitude, is someone who gives his life to the sport. And I think that could be the difference when you're splitting hairs between two elite athletes, between winning and losing. So I think that Joshua Fury is a very, very, very live fight. I think Joshua beats Fury. Personally, coming into this fight, I had Tyson Fury as kind of the tentative number 2 heavyweight. Just given his resume, his experience, and just the eye test. Tyson Fury, he's very fluid. He gives you the feints. He's got a great jab. Didn't look great tonight. The feints didn't look great tonight. But in previous fights, I have felt that Tyson Fury has demonstrated a higher boxing IQ than most of the other heavyweights outside of Alexander Usyk. But tonight, he looked ordinary. He looked extremely ordinary. He looked limited. He looked fatigued at times. And his combinations were repetitive. And that's something that we haven't really seen. I've always looked at Tyson Fury as almost like a jazz musician. He can just improvise. He's not someone that needs to be told what to do. He has great intuition. I didn't see that tonight. I saw someone who ran out of ideas, someone who looked, again, perturbed by the amount of pressure that was coming towards him, and someone who was more than content to not take a chance. And that's not something you want to see in a heavyweight fight. I like to work out, but like most of you all, I like fast food. I warmed up my pizza during the rounds, right? I was that fat and hungry that I warmed up my pizza, and I said, I don't even care what's going on during a heavyweight boxing match. You have thousands of people at Tottenham Hotspurs, the football stadium in the UK. It didn't look that full. I don't care about that stuff. I wouldn't have cared if the fight had been good, but I did notice that the arena definitely didn't look full when you compare it to the energy surrounding the AJ Dubois fight. I think they fought at Wembley Stadium, if I'm not mistaken, which is a little bit bigger. I could be wrong. My UK fans, let me know if I'm correct. But the energy was dead. It was soporific. Wow, excuse me, soporific, and just there was just kind of a lethargy that was very palpable. So the good news is it makes the AJ Fury fight more marketable because coming into this fight, I think a lot of people felt that Fury was the overwhelming favorite. And while I didn't think he was the overwhelming favorite, coming into this fight, I did favor Fury, I would say 60-40. Not a massive favorite. I'm not a Tyson Fury sycophant like David Hay was during this broadcast, which was weird. I mean, I get you want to demonstrate that you're the bigger man and you can move past previous disputes, but you don't have to just become a sycophantic bootlicker for the guy. And I don't know. I thought the commentary was very mediocre. Again, I follow some pretty famous, UK YouTubers, and a lot of the UK fans said that there should be British commentary going on for the fight instead of American, and I agree with that. I've never been impressed with Andre Ward, Elle Duncan. She's from ESPN. She's okay, and I can't remember his name, but the white guy with the glasses, I think he's Canadian, and he was working for PBC for a while. He was on the broadcast. He was on the previous Joshua Paul fight broadcast as well. So I thought the commentary was mediocre as well. But getting back to the main point, Fury did what he had to do. He got the win. I think he realized that he couldn't stop Makhmudov. Where does he stand right now? Again, I don't know. I said it earlier, but he went from a tentative 2 to, for sure, at best, number 4. Because who's number 1? Usyk. Number 2 is so interesting. All right, Usyk is clearly number 1. I'm still gonna give him that respect, even though he's been on total fucking horse shit since beating Dubois. I mean, Rico Verhoeven. If I have anyone from the Netherlands, from Les Pays-Bas, who can tell me how to pronounce this man's name properly, I would really appreciate it. I hate mispronouncing people's names. It's very ignorant and ghetto and dusty, and I don't like to do it. So I mean no disrespect. But yeah, Usyk's fight against Rico is just total BS, But I'm still gonna rate him number 1. But who's number 2? I really want to say Moses. But he ain't fought anybody. I want to use Ebonics, but I don't want to come across as ghetto. He hasn't fought anyone. That's just the truth. Jermaine Franklin went the distance against Dillian White, who's ass, and a mentally fragile Joshua who didn't want to be dangerous on fight night. So how good is Jermaine Franklin? We don't really know. But the eye test tells me Atama is that guy. But there's Atama, there's Wardley, there's Parker, there's Hergovich, there's Kabayel, right, who Usyk has avoided. If I had to make a top 5 right now, I would probably go Usyk, Caballero, Italma, Wardley, and Hrgovic and Parker tied for fifth. That would be my list right now. But who knows? But again, this is me just being honest and thinking about the sport. There's no Joshua. There's no Fury. I don't think either one of them are top 5 heavyweights right now. That's just me being brutally honest. I think all 5 of those men could beat Fury or Joshua, especially judging them by their last performances, because Joshua didn't look great against Jake Paul. We got to keep him 100. You know, Joshua was throwing a lot of slapping shots, and you saw that. I mean, some of the other fights we saw, I guess just to kind of touch on the undercard, Richard Riakporhe beat Jamie TKV. Horrible fight, horrible performance. And he didn't turn his punches over. And we saw that with Fury and with Joshua. I don't know what it is about these modern day heavyweights, but a lot of them just don't turn the punches over and try to land on the knuckle. They're just throwing these kind of slapping, goofy ass shots. Like, you guys have been boxing 2-3 decades now. You should know how to turn the punches over and land on your knuckles and inflict some damage. There's a baby crying. So if you hear that in the background, God bless that baby. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Joshua and Fury are legit top 5 heavyweights. They both have looked poor in their previous fights. But better late than never. I hope the fight happens. It looks like it's going to happen on Netflix. I haven't watched the post-fight theatrics. I wanted to give you guys my honest take immediately after the fight. I kind of posted my pre-fight video a little bit too late. So I'm trying to improve. Stay tuned for improvements to the setup. I'm going to try and work on the lighting and all of that as well, and the sound. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys my honest feedback right after the fight, just to engage with you guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for me. It's free. I appreciate you. Thanks. Peace.